Lilly Moore is a professional actor and model with Down syndrome. She has acted in a variety of films, television shows, and commercials. Currently, she plays Paxton's sassy sister on the show Never Have I Ever. She has a variety of different hobbies, such as cheerleading, cooking, and playing a musical instrument. She has a lot of dreams and aspirations and a wonderful role model to others with Down syndrome, as well as with other types of differences. So you play Rebecca Paxton in the Netflix comedy series of Never Have I Ever, which is a coming of age type of story. Do you feel that your character of Rebecca and you have or had real life similarities?
Yes, we definitely share the same. We definitely have the same stuff.
Okay. And can you tell us a little bit more specifically, like what specifically do you feel like you like had in common with the
Like
character?
we're both open-minded.
Okay.
We both have that like fun, like sassy side to each other, and also like being fun and spunky.
Of course, being fun and spunky is always important, and it's a great quality. Yeah, you play all these roles very well.
Thank you.
You're welcome. When did you first get into acting?
When I was 6 years old, me and my family moved to Austria for 3 years.
Oh wow.
And over there, I took a drama class and I fell in love with it.
Uh-huh.
When we moved back to America, my mom signed me up for more classes and workshops, and wanted, I just fell in love with it, and I just wanted to continue with it.
Yeah, absolutely. And so did you do any type of acting classes and, programs that were designed for people who have, Down syndrome or just different types of, differences, to say the least, or were they like mainstream?
Yes, I've been taking classes for many years. I've taken beginner classes, improv classes, and workshops.
Oh, wow. And do you still take classes to this day, even though obviously you're an actress by trade and you've been doing this for, X number of years?
Right. Right now, well, obviously because of
The pandemic, I know, yes.
I can't do it during the pandemic, but I have been going to classes. Like today, I'm going to a class that is helping with it.
Oh, wow, that's awesome. And so what do you do specifically in these classes right now?
So the classes, one of the classes is actually is an improv class. So I did that. Tuesday. I did that Tuesday, and then today is another. It's a big event that this organization helps with.
Okay.
ESP. It's called Extra Special People.
Uh-huh.
So there is this thing called Big Hearts,
Mm-hmm.
like a program and a pageant in one.
Wow, that's exciting.
I'm a part of that, which I'm
Congrats.
performance, and so that class is today.
Oh, wow, very cool. Well, good luck.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. So, what is the process like of auditioning for a show or a role in something, and then actually getting the role and being on set?
Well, my agent actually sends my mom the auditions.
Okay.
And so when we get the audition, she opens it.
Uh-huh.
We look over the scene, and then it usually takes me like hours to memorize the lines.
Mm-hmm.
From then she tapes it, and then we send it to my agent, and then they send it to the casting directors. And usually, if I get the job, we'll hear back from my agent. If not, then we just forget about it and move on.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And what is it like being on set?
It was a lot of fun being on set. This was my first time doing a Netflix job, So when I first went on set, I was nervous, but everybody was so welcoming and like they like make you feel a part of the family and stuff. So I
Right.
felt really welcome.
No, of course. And yeah, no, of course, absolutely. Now, you never, sees an opportunity, and you never you have this sense of never rejecting something, and you always use your determination and perseverance to push forward in acting, as well as I'm sure in your day-to-day life, which is very remarkable and very aspiring. What type of advice would you give to other aspiring actresses or actors who may feel rejected and not very dedicated and kind of feel like a failure?
Yeah. If you want to be part of the business,
Mm-hmm.
go ahead and follow your dreams and do what your heart wants you to do. But it is hard work and you get a lot of rejection, so you have to be prepared for that.
Absolutely. And what strategies did you use to overcome rejection?
Well, I just say to myself, well, they missed out on all of this,
Right,
and I just learned how to move on after that.
right. No, you know, absolutely. Um, and, I definitely have a lot of perseverance and dedication to my life. I mean, obviously, I have my daily struggles on a daily basis. And, like you, I've never really I've overcome, but I've never let rejection set me back.
Yeah.
And I think it's a really good quality. And my goal is even people watching, who will be watching this interview, can learn that, don't let, your difficulties, in our situation
In the
with
way.
being different, you know, um, stop you from, leading your dreams and aspirations, even though, some people, may doubt your abilities. I'm sure you've come across, I mean, I've certainly come across, I mean, my parents, and I'm sure your parents are the most supportive people in your lives. But, sometimes professionals, doubt, our abilities, and it's definitely a challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Uh,
it's definitely hard. Like if people
yeah.
when people see your flaws and they point them out to you, you just have to stay on the positive side of things, and you just
Mhm.
let that stuff get to you.
Yeah, no, of course. With that said, what was the hardest part for you is being a teenager right now?
I don't really get invited to a lot of things with a lot of people, which like a lot of parties, sleepovers, shopping or whatever. And I can be very lonely, and it can be very lonely. Um, and then like if I want to do something, even if I can do it, sometimes I have to go alone to do stuff, but that can be hard. But sometimes just talking to people and just having a good time.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, how do you handle these
I've
difficult
I've,
situations, whether
I've
it be school, social situations where you kind of feel lonely, you're not invited to a lot of things, because it must be challenging.
Yeah, it is. It's also kind of hard because in middle school I've gotten bullied a lot
Mm-hmm.
just because of just because I have Down syndrome, and also like in high school I have gotten picked on by a lot of people. But good thing I have good friends that are there for me
Right.
because they have seen it
Mm-hmm.
themselves, that they've seen that I've gotten picked on
Mm-hmm.
like during lunch, and they would come in and take action.
Oh, wow.
I definitely have good friends that are there for me.
I saw on your Facebook page that you do cheerleading,
Right.
which is awesome. So what is it like to be a cheerleader, and how did you become a cheerleader, and kind of what does that bring for you in terms of your life and accomplishments?
Well, I've been cheering for almost, I'm trying to think, oh gosh. It was like since I was like really little,
Wow.
like 5. Yeah, I've been acting since not acting. I've been cheerleading since I was 5, and still to this day I'm a cheerleader. I cheer for basketball, and I love to cheer for my friends on the basketball team and
Right.
encourage them. I love learning the cheers and also being with friends and also wearing the uniforms too.
Right. Now, actually, I something else that you do is you love to cook, and be in the kitchen. So, what now that it's fall, what is your favorite type of dish that you're making, or that you like to make?
My favorite dish right now is lasagna,
Okay.
and be- because of quarantine and stuff, I thought of cooking because it is a life skill to have.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just started making some of my grandmother's recipes, like chicken casserole and her tea cakes.
Wow, that's awesome. Um, and are so you get the ingredients. Like, how often do you cook?
Usually like once a week.
That's awesome. So do you make dinner like for your family, or is it more like I just, do it and I have it for a snack, or just, dinner for myself, or
It's usually dinner for my family.
okay. So do you have any siblings?
I do. I have 2 older sisters.
Oh, okay.
They're
And
out of they're out
they're
of
out of the house. So okay, so it's just you and your parents right now. But do they live nearby?
one is in St. Louis, Missouri, and the other one she was in Minnesota, but she moved back to Atlanta.
Oh, okay. So you see her then more
Yeah,
frequently. Oh,
yeah,
that's awesome.
yeah.
And do you like to make like any like desserts? Like I know for the fall, a lot of people make apple crisp or
I do like to make desserts. I like to make brownies and cookies and like cake.
awesome. Something that I've gotten into more since I've moved out. Although with quarantine now, I've moved back home temporarily. But anyways,
Right.
is I use something called an Instant Pot.
Okay.
And I love it because you can just make like all these like great dishes. I don't know if you know about an Instant Pot.
We actually have one too.
Okay, so so yeah, I love making like all these dishes. It's just so much easier, especially from me when, coming from a physical standpoint, if I don't have, some help, whether it be the housekeeper or, a friend, who comes over for, whatever for dinner or so forth. But yeah, I
Yeah.
can share. And then when it comes to baking, I like to make brownies too. I make, I make ice cream, uh, which is awesome. And so like you, I share that. So something else that you do is, especially during quarantine, has been playing the ukulele.
Yeah.
So how did you decide, and why did you decide to play the ukulele over, any other type of musical instrument?
Well, my mom actually got me a ukulele for Christmas,
Okay.
and I wanted to learn how to play an instrument my first time, and so I thought of the ukulele. And my mom was like, "That's a great way to start." And so I have one, and now because of quarantine and like not doing a lot of stuff, I've started to do playing a lot more, which is fun.
That's awesome. I don't play a musical instrument, but I do have a friend or a family friend who plays the ukulele, and
Oh, cool.
she loves it.
Yeah.
She's actually in California now, but she's based in New York. So what's one of your favorite songs that you play?
I like to play Riptide by Vance.
Okay, very
Like
cool. Do you
that.
take lessons, or do you have you learned how to play on your own?
Um, we actually look up lessons on YouTube from the guitar
Wow.
player here. And so I've been taking those lessons on YouTube, but soon I'm actually going to be going in person to get lessons.
That's awesome. Well, those are great goals. And so, what do you have any like dreams and aspirations that you want to make happen in your future?
I want to be the first Down syndrome actor to win an Oscar.
Congrats. So you should definitely, I don't know, do you know Ali Stroker?
I do.
Okay, have you ever met her or spoken to her?
I have not.
Oh, okay. My goodness, you guys would be like a perfect match. And actually, at some other time, I mean, we can definitely, I can definitely put you two in contact. She's amazing, and so obviously, as you know, she's an actress and has her own challenges. And,
Yeah.
But yeah, no, she's great. But that's a wonderful goal. And I'm sure you'll achieve it. You have such determination, like we've spoken about. So definitely will do well.